and give me one moment for us to get Facebook fucking moving. I swear I'm about to lose my temper over there and hurt some people's
I
feelings.
know. If you want, you can add my group to it too if you want.
I'm going to attempt to. We'll see if it'll
Hi,
allow.
girls.
Hello, everybody.
Long time no talk. Like we're not just literally in everybody's inbox and then in the audience.
Well, we're going to be in the inbox and the audience on top of them. We're covering everything and anything just because it's coffee and tea. Let's try this again, shall we?
All right, one more
They.
time. Once more with feeling.
Yes. All right. So we're not going to be able to schedule on Facebook. Like, that's
Okay.
apparently the new damn rule. You have to go live from there. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Brenda. How are you? Hope you're having a magical day.
I'm having a magical day. I'm
Well,
always
I'm sure
having a magical
you
day.
are. I think you're floating, aren't you, right by now?
Huh, well, slightly. That might just be the muscle relaxers talking. I don't know. Um, might have something to do with it.
Might.
Hang on one sec here. Let me just
Oh,
make sure I'm logged out of something so that I'm not getting inundated with like phone calls and
and
texts
messages.
and messages. I was like, I should probably log out of this real quick just for a hot second, just in case.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Very
You
important
know,
to do so.
it is. So, one sec, folks. But I'm here. I'm present. I'm ready. I swear.
Well,
I
we
swear.
kind of touched on this coming into air. Do you know Congress is now having a congressional hearing again on UFOs?
Like, this is new news to the world. Like,
Right.
seriously. Like, this is new news. How, okay, like, just thinking about how many alien movies there have been, that information or that idea had to have come from somewhere or somebody else's experiences. So this
Hmm.
isn't new news, folks. It's not like the government has just made like this massive revelation, like, oh my God, aliens exist. We've known about this. We've just been waiting for somebody else to just validate it.
Right.
That's
Well,
my
yeah.
opinion on it. Like when people are like, "Do you think aliens exist?" And I'm like, I've had an experience that chilled me to my absolute core one night,
Mhm.
and I guarantee that whatever it was that was watching me was not human.
Right. Well,
So,
David,
and I'm
I'm
willing
not
to.
going to butcher his last name, who served 14 years as an intelligence officer for the Air Force or a National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, appeared before the House Oversight Committee National Security Subcommittee, aligned with two former flight pilots who had firsthand experiences with UAPs, unidentified air pilots, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get on Facebook and put a post and tell everybody to come on over here.
yeah. Might want to. Might want to tell them
You
more over
know.
here.
I know it would be so vain to think that we were the only like any life, just not intelligent life, just like any form of life that exists
Right,
in our
because
universe. You know, I'm like we all
I agree
came
with Brenda
from
except for
single-celled
one.
organism or whatever. So
I agree with Brenda except for one word: intelligent.
yeah,
Have you seen the
that's why
movie?
I was like it might not be intelligent. It might not be. We all came from single-celled organisms at some point in our existence, didn't we? So like,
Hmm.
we weren't intelligent then.
Well, here's the problem, though, and this is the problem in general. And this is one that people do not like me saying. But sometimes I think some psychic abilities are alien based abilities.
Right.
Yeah. Brenda says, see the last part of the post that we were the
Right,
most
like just
intelligent.
intelligence.
Well, it's like when we grew up. Well, if you were in the U.S., you thought the U.S. was the best nation in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
We're the ant farm. We're the ant farm. All the other like universal colonies are just looking at us like, oh, look at them, still trying to
No,
figure it all out.
no, we're the insane asylum. I personally believe that we are the insane asylum of the universe. They
Yeah,
drop all alien races here to see if we will actually fix ourselves.
yeah. Or what if they drop us off here as a form of punishment? That would be hilarious too. Yeah. Like we are the bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
Uh, we're the scary side of Chicago.
Oh
And
no,
I
we're
can
the
say that
block.
because I've driven through that. I've driven through it several times.
I
So.
haven't been there yet. Like I was in the
Oh,
scary side of Atlanta, and I was like, "So where can I get a pack of cigarettes at?" And dude's like trying to sell me other stuff, and I'm like, "Nah, don't need any of that. Thanks, I have my own." The prison planet. That would be interesting. I mean, because if we look at our own history, that's how we settled Australia. Was we made it a prison colony?
I'm listening.
I know. You're also doing 100 other things, which is awesome.
It'd be great if I could type in English. That would be fantastic because I can't seem to do that.
Well, apparently, I'm quickly learning how to use translator because I needed
Yeah,
to do Hindi translation, which is quite interesting of a language. I'll just say that.
it
Um,
is.
Spanish translation on the fly, another interesting language. So, have you heard of my latest boo boo?
No, did I? Did I? I don't know. Did I?
You possibly could have.
I possibly could have.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right, let's break this down. What does Aeson not do? Don't care how bad you
Oh,
need.
what do you not do? Jesus, that feels like a very loaded question. I don't know. You tell me. What do you not do? Spanish is,
I
yeah, the
don't do job
pronunciation.
spells, right?
Oh, yeah, no. You don't. Oh, did you do one?
No, I didn't do one. I done a money spell
Oh,
for
how'd that
like
work out for
everybody
you?
in my inner circle. So
Did
I was
you?
all, yeah, I was all good. It was like, yeah, let's take and figure out exactly how much money we need to the penny. So, I took the Bailey, wrote them up in Bailey's, threw them in the cauldron. They weren't burning fast enough for me. So I had Joe bring me the rubbing alcohol and I set it on fire. And, as the marker burned, it went from gold to silver and then into ash. Lovely chemical process there.
Mm-hmm.
So I apply for networks all the time. New networks that I think are interesting, networks that look appealing. So apparently in 2011, I applied for a network.
Love it. In 2011, I applied for yeah, long enough for me to forget that this ever happened. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep.
So, I host Modern Spiritual and my co-host over there, Hazel. She's a lovely human. And she says, you should come work for this network. And I'm like, oh, I haven't heard much about them. They sound familiar. Yeah, I'll apply. So I apply. Da, 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 la, 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 la. I got an email from the manager. Hey, can you take a phone call? We'd like to talk to you.
That's that's wild though.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling like something like that's gonna happen. I'm gonna end up like getting an email back from some network that I applied for like years ago and be like, huh? Who
Yeah,
is this?
yeah,
I don't know you.
yeah. So I got a money spell, but got a job expansion and a job.
Yeah.
Like
That's how
universe,
that
what the
works
fuck?
though. It
Yeah,
doesn't just drop in your lap. People are just like, someone's just gonna give me money. And I'm like, is that what you think a money spell is? Is that what you think it does? I'm like, no, it's gonna give me an opportunity to earn it.
Yeah.
Nothing in
You
life is free, folks. Nothing in life is free.
know, right. But, you know,
Natalie with like new foodies.
right.
Seriously. Like, mm,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah. So, you know, I get that. I understand that. But like this network wouldn't even like I'm in the call because it really apparently wasn't an interview, and he says, "Can you send me a list of the sites you're on?" I sent him a list, and he goes, "Wow, that's over 100,000 readings." I was like, "Yeah." He says, "Yeah, we're gonna have to update your profile." I'm
That's
like,
so crazy.
"What the hell?" Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna ride this train because I believe spells take a full moon cycle to work their whole ass out.
Yeah.
But if next Psychic America calls, you might have to take over managing the network.
Oh, goody.
If I have to go to summer camp, you and Gwen will have
Like,
to manage the
by the
network.
way, here's a whole network for you to figure out, Natalie. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you now have shows on Tuesday and Friday to deal with it. Gwen will be dealing with you. I'm going away to summer camp for 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, and I'm taking Joe with me, so you're on your own.
Yeah. We'll have you prepped and
Neat.
ready.
Two
Yeah.
thumbs up there.
Yeah, because I had to go back to 2011, and what was I doing? In 2011, I done a few spots up in Canada on, Canadian TV. I
Hmm.
was invited to it was next Russian Psychic, and I turned them down because I didn't like the way that felt. But
Sorry.
yeah,
I would be like, same, same, just the name of that alone. I was like, say what now?
yeah, world's
No,
best
no, no, we don't
psychic.
do that.
Thank you.
I'll need to
So
find a Joe.
I'm Melissa.
Hey, Melissa.
How is you?
It looks weirdly, it looks like my Facebook page has our live stream on it.
It does. I got it
Yeah.
confirmed. Yeah.
It's on there. It says live right now.
Yeah, we are.
So I did well because it said it wasn't on Facebook, but it is on Facebook.
Yes,
It's
because I
on
was
my Facebook.
fixing it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, either way.
We handled.
Either way.
Yes.
Hold
But
on.
no, it gets interesting. I just watching the universe laugh at me. And I get people that ask me to do spells all the time. Here's why I don't.
Right. Here's why I don't.
So how is your insanity world gone? It looks like you got walls.
I do have walls. So, very recently, there's been a big change, and now this shed, the witch shack, is no more. And now I am inside my own house,
Uh-huh.
inside and what I've been calling an orifice because
Right.
because it's fun too.
Yeah.
Um, but I've got my table set up in here. I've got it set up pretty much exactly the way that I used to have it set up
Right.
inside the shed. But I feel like I've got a lot more arm room now, and it's not so dark. And when it rains, I don't have the fear of the gods put in me that I'm going to get struck by lightning inside of a metal box. So that's also nice. Um, it's the little things that make it all better, not being shunned in a metal box, so I can actually like work. But I had to take today and Monday off because I had some spine blocks put in my back. So that's been fun to recover from. I
Right.
did
And these
joke
are not
around.
the ones that people want to go around and remove.
Yeah, no, no, they're not. No, don't do that.
Like I just
Don't do
want to
that.
clarify because I've been getting TikTok messages about, can I do a reading for you? Can I do a reading for you? And it's like, no. If I want a reading
If
done,
I
I'll get
see one more grand rising, like start off text, I'm going to throw my phone into a toilet. Like Grand Rising, oh my God, are you serious? Did you for 1 second look at my profile? No, you didn't.
How about any of my content?
Right. Like did you take just 1 second to think, is this a good idea? Should I send this to this person? Do I think that this individual is going to buy into my scam and give me $40 for a copy and pasted reading that I've been given to like 700 people today? Probably not.
Not. Probably it'll be wrong, but anyway. Because if you send Aeson a reading, because he's not going to pay you for a thing, but if you send him a reading, he will critique it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But there's that. So what are they saying? Are we cushionizing you? Are we going to extract and put in a solar spine?
I mean, I would totally opt for that if that was given as my like, do you want to do this or do you want to do this? I'd be like, listen, just put a couple steel rods in there and just make it so I can't feel anything. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for much. Just make it so I can't feel my back anymore.
Well, have you seen
Um,
the new one? It's not rods anymore.
no, I know I've looked on the iFuse a couple
Mm-hmm.
times,
Uh-huh.
which looks interesting. However, the success rates aren't great. So
Right.
I'm not so optimistic because a lot of people are like, I had it done and I'm still in pain. I'm like, oh, fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
So just to like give a quick rundown of like all of the things that are wrong with Natalie, I have six levels of degenerative disc disease. I have four bulging discs, sacroiliac joint dysfunction, spinal
Right.
canal stenosis,
Right.
which is narrowing of the spinal column and the spinal cord, like it's encroaching on the spinal cord. And then I have stenosis, which is narrowing of the spine on like the bilateral side. So my entire spine is just basically shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, but it's not due to osteoporosis. It's just due to stenosis. Um, on top of that, I do have osteoporosis, but I've had that since my 20s.
Yes.
I had my first spine surgery when I was 26 or 27, somewhere in there. Um, so it's been a fun journey. Oh, and I spent 3 years trying to convince doctors there was something wrong with my spine. They're like, no, there isn't. I'm like, I think there is. I'm really quite convinced that there is because I'm kind of low key like don't want to live anymore because of the amount of pain that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
So take me seriously. And they never did. And then finally, like it took one young doctor fresh out of med school to just be like, I think that you might need a neurosurgeon. And I was like, yeah, let's try that. And then like a month later, I was having cadaver bone put in my neck.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a fun ride.
Uh-huh.
I've been to a couple different specialists for second, third, and quadruple opinions, and most of them are so nice, but they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to touch you with a 10-foot pole."
Right. Like, but I'm waiting. Well, one, because, here's the other side of this. We'll take my side. I have 7 herniated discs. I have all of those are pressure pointed in 2 places in my spine. Degenerative disc disorder, the same down yards. And I'm like, we ain't touching this shit. No, 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 no.
Yeah, it
Have
was
they
the
hooked you
most
up with down
bizarre
yet?
experience. Like having the nerve blocks is I did make the medical team laugh the first time on Monday when I had it done because when they um just to get really gross, they put like a 6-inch needle like into like they thread it through your spine. Like it's not like a small little thing that just kind of gets in the surface. Like they got to get in there, right? Like they got to
Right.
get in there, like in between your vertebrae. Um, so when they were like, "You're gonna feel a pinch and a burn," and I was like, "Understatement. Here we go." And then they're like, "You're gonna feel pressure." When they say pressure, it's literally they are manipulating and flooding your spine from the inside out. So what feels like it's like connected like this all of a sudden moves like this, and it feels completely unnatural in your body
Uh-huh.
to have your spine manipulated from the inside out. while you're like laying there like in the prone position face down on the table. And they're like, do not move. And you're like, oh, okay. Because I want to walk
Sure.
out and right? You're like, and your first instinct then is to move because you're like, now I can't. Now I know that I'm uncomfortable. Like, what is going on?
Sure.
So I had 3 levels of that done, but the first one that he did, I felt so much pressure and so much flooding in that air that I went, holy shit, balls, Batman. And the guys, they're like trying to like guide this thing. I'm like, I should not have said that out loud because now I want to laugh at myself. And this guy's like trying to do a medical procedure and I'm just being myself on a table. This is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like, I was like, oh my God. I was like, Jesus Christ, God. And then he's like, so that's the spot. And I was like, yeah, I would say so. That's one of them. You know, it's like, oh, it's like when you grab onto the table and you're like, try not to move, but you still need to like, you react. You have to, my physical reaction was just grab the table.
Mhm.
So I had the second side done today, and that wasn't nearly as intense as the first side, but I still felt it. Like I still felt my spine shift and move, which is just it's not a pleasant experience, if I'm honest.
Well, it isn't.
I'm hoping that I get relief, but they're like, it could take up to 3 weeks before you like actually like acknowledge that it's done anything. That's like, what's another 3 weeks? But now all of the other pain that I have in my body is like magnified because it's like one thing is eliminated, and now my brain is like, hey,
There's
you
other
have a
alerts.
bunch of other you have a bunch of other debilitating pain that you get to deal with now, and now it feels worse because now we're focused on that. Space, I
Great.
hate it.
Exactly. So I've done some torture to myself. I've hired me a personal trainer.
It's not like I'm going to be going into deadlifting anytime soon.
Oh, why not? You can sit there and
I have really strong legs. I have a very weak back. Okay. I got
same,
it in the legs. I have really strong legs. Really
same.
strong legs. I have
Yeah.
a real shit back.
That's why I do yoga every morning.
hmm
Hmm.
I do love doing my stretches, but there are
Yeah.
times where I'm like, oh no, we can't do that yet. We're not ready for that movement.
Yeah.
Or I'll feel like I'm pushing my hips too far down and like, oh no, my SI joint is like, bitch, what did you just say to me?
Hmm. And why is that hurting? Like, why is that moving? It's like Earl, and I saw her today. Lovely little thing that I could pick up and throw across the room, but and she's like, "Do you feel what muscles are moving?" And I'm like, "No, I'm on enough pain medicine. I should feel nothing."
Right. Oh, the pain medicine that they give me, they're like, just take ibuprofen and here's a muscle relaxer that I had to beg them to give me another prescription for. Beg them
Uh huh.
for. And they're like, well, you take medical cannabis. And I'm like, oh my God. Do you think that that just fixes everything? Do you think that that just numbs us all up to the point that we just don't care?
Mm-hmm.
No, it does not.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, and I've been on medical cannabis for since my
Uh huh.
spine collapsed when I was in my 20s.
Right.
So that was when I was in Arizona.
Right. But on the other, and that's the reason I haven't gone that direction, is because
It
I
helped
like my
me.
regiment. I know it helps you. It helps me too. But they do this bullshit where if we give you this, we can't give you any of this. And it's like,
Right. They don't
don't
interact with each other.
don't
Like
lie.
why? Yeah, they have no interactive issues.
Right.
It is what it is. Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
But I even, when I went, they were like, "You're young, you're a drug-seeking addict," and I was like, I was going in with a shop with like 2 shopping bags full of narcotics, handing it back to the pain clinic and being like, "Here's your drugs that you think that I'm addicted to.
Uh huh.
There's maybe 10 gone out of that entire shipment's worth of medication that you keep giving me. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work. It doesn't touch it. I don't want this because it's
Right.
not helping me. I want you to address what's happening in my body that's making me want to die.
Well, that's
Oh,
called
you're too
mediumship,
young to be having these
and
problems.
that's called mediumship, and the only addressment you can do with that is set it in the middle of the box.
It's annoying.
Yes, but I find it so fascinating. All the psychics I know have back problems. All the psychics I know
Yeah.
have chronic pain. All the psychics I know have an allergy to one weird food, guaranteed.
I still to this day I did laugh because when sorry, just hearing about it in my head, I was just like it was kind of funny. So when I went and had my allergy thing done, because I was just like I'm allergic to something or everything because I'm just like a snot factory. Um, and so I went and had my allergies done, and um, when they did like the whole panel, and he's like, "So you're allergic to grass?" And I was like, "Well, what kind?" And he's like, "All of it." He's like, he goes, if you could see what your back looks like right now, he's like, all of it, like all the grass in the world, you're allergic to it. And he goes, and you also have a mild allergy to shellfish. And I was like, you shut your damn mouth. I was like, don't you swear at me. He's like, oh, do you really like shellfish? And I was like, I grew up in the UK. Like, shrimp cocktail was literally like on the menu like frequently. You know, I was like, I will eat crabs till the sun goes down. I love fish. Like, I love
Right.
seafood. I love it all. And he just starts laughing and he's like, well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you have a sensitivity to it. And I'm like, well, at least it's not an allergy. Do I need an EpiPen? And he's like, no. And I'm like, well, then I will continue to suck on a lobster's tail until I do. Thank you very much.
Well, and that's how and I went through this with Joe. That one of the wise tells us if you're allergic to cat fur is to have tea every morning for about 2 weeks with one hair of the cat that you're supposedly allergic to.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where yeah, take the hair of the cat. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yeah, he didn't like that, so he done shots for 2 years.
I don't want to drink cat hair tea, so I'll just get myself stabbed every now and then. That's fine. It's
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if we could do that with your grass allergy.
I did try doing like the whole natural honey thing for a while, like local honey because of the pollination and all of that stuff. It didn't do much to alleviate like the swelling in my face that happens when I just breathe. Um but one of my favorite smells in the entire world is the smell of fresh cut grass. So I will sit outside on purpose while people are mowing their lawn and I'm like knowing full well like my body is totally rejecting all of this. Don't care.
Yeah. We are the
Don't care.
spirit. We will control the body. The body will get used to what we want it to get used to.
I was like, I will spend hours and hours and hours sitting outside. Like I would much rather be outside than inside. It's just who I am.
Mm-hmm. So, but no, you can now find me over on lifereader.com with a new headshot that I don't really like, but fine. Like all my headshots make me look like I'm 100.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't make you look like you're 100. God almighty.
They do too. Especially the one he chose. Like I would have gone with the red one because that was kind of
So
cute and
dramatic.
interesting.
Well, you love red though. That's like that's freaking
Yeah,
Aries.
yeah,
Sorry, freaking Aries. You're like, I would have gone with red. Yeah, of course you would have.
yeah. But no, he went with
That's
the
not a
black polo
surprise.
up Steve. Where is it? Where am I? Here I am. Yeah, let me go ahead and I'll send out the profile. I'm not currently on. You can be notified when I'm on. So there's that. This is my newest experiment.
I'll have to click on that later.
I'll send it to you private.
Okay.
There we go. There we are. Have at it. And go look and see what they wrote up.
There we go. I can get on it on here now.
Yeah. We do chat and phone over there. You get 4 free minutes free. Yes, you're going to go through all the steps of a classic reading with me in 4 minutes. I promise you.
You. And you don't look like you're 100. You do not look like you're 100.
I know. But still, it's just like,
It's funny, at the bottom of your picture it says Aries.
Yes.
I love it. Sorry, I find that funny. I think that's amusing.
Yeah. It's really weird.
That's too funny. But then it's like I have so many people that like they'll walk in the door and I'll look at them and call them immediately out on like what their sign is, and they're like, "How do you know that? Like, who are you? Like, I don't even know you. How do you know that about me?"
Mm-hmm.
And then usually one of my friends in the background, they're like, "Oh, Natalie." I was like, I literally can't help it. Like, I can't. It just comes out of my face, and then people freak out, and then that's where we're at.
Yeah. But no, yes, that is me. That is real profile. All my Aeson Knights to keep very watchful eye. There's a new profile pic. Yeah, no, it's not my normal marketing. I know my surname isn't there, but it is me.
There we go.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting on that front. We got Psychic Saturday this Saturday. So what are you up to?
Other than recovering from all of the beatings that I have had medically
Right.
recently, and then preparing for Pagan Pride.
Yes, that's going to be fun. That is coming up in August. Yes.
August 19th. And then I'm also going to be at the Case Paranormal Expo October 6th.
Yeah.
6th? 6th, I think.
Cool.
Don't quote me on that one. I'm pretty sure it's the 6th. It's either the 6th or the 9th, but I think my brain is making it a 6th. So I'm going to say we're on the 6th.
Cool.
So I'll be doing that. And then hopefully if we get to do the Yule Ball again, that will be exciting.
I believe we are confirmed to do the U-Ball again. We will have to double check.
Okay. Because I want to do that one.
Yeah, just early word of warning. I'm planning a vacation in September. It will be a few days. It will not be a 2-week vacation, but we will be out of computer contact because I'm not traveling with a desktop.
You know.
Yeah, no. The fun shit. But no, it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. I've already pissed my bank account off.
As we do. I've had, let's see, I've added a few things to my shop. So if anyone wants to go check out my shop, please do that. And I'll have some other stuff coming in as well. I'm waiting for some samples to come back in from another distributor, but it's like I'm like, I don't know what size the pieces are going to be, and if they're too small, I might use them for my mini bags, but it's like, I like my big chunks, so I like my big chunks.
Right.
I do.
Right.
So, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so I've been making it. I have to make up a few more mystery boxes, but yeah. Hopefully Pagan Pride has a really good turnout. I've invited a few people. Not a few people. I've invited a lot of people. I won't say like, oh, I've invited just a few people because like you see the numbers that I pull in whenever we do voting. So I invite a lot of people to a lot of things. It's whether or not they show up. It's up to them. But I've invited a few people.
Cool.
And I'm like, I know it's going to be a big drive for you, but at the same time, it would be so worth it if you showed up.
Uh-huh. But no, Natalie,
Thanks.
I'll go ahead and I'll pop Natalie's store page up so you guys can go to look at her pretties.
Thank you.
There you go. And you're over on House Purple.
Yeah, purple. Well, they had a sale, and it was okay, but it was slow. But it's been like that recently in the summer times.
It's
So
going that way.
yeah,
Uh, because a lot of people are on vacation. Like I've got managers that are gone on holiday. And I'm like,
yes.
holiday? Holiday? Like, is
Holiday.
that
What is that?
what is a holiday? Why are you leaving? You require us to travel in full gear if we're going to take off. What are you doing?
Right. Like you have enough money to do that? Like, how did you do that?
Yeah,
Like you had money saved up? Like, dang.
yeah,
That's cool. That's neat.
yeah. But like one of my managers is gone for like 4 weeks, and I'm like, how is this possible? And they're like, oh, it's part of the benefit package over here. I'm like, really? Really? Like
We
we
don't
missed the
get those.
boat.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it gets interesting. It gets interesting indeed. So that'll be fun. Um, and just staying in schedule. Like I have gotten to where I need a solid 8. If I don't get a solid 8, I'm really wonky on my energy.
Yeah. I feel
And
ill if I don't. I feel sick if I don't get enough sleep. Like it'll make me like sick. Like I'll be like nauseous all day, but it won't be like it'll be a weird nauseous. But
mm-hmm,
then again, I've been living with that for so long now because my sleep is so disrupted. I'm like,
right,
I don't like I might still be up at 3 in the morning and then I'll go to sleep and then I'll be up at 4 and then I'll be up at 5:30 and then I'll be up at 6:30 and then by 7:45 I'm like, I'm just so over this. I'm just gonna get up.
right,
You know what I mean? I'm just like, whatever. I'm
right.
just not supposed to sleep.
Well, it depends on the energy. I mean, we've got Mercury in retrograde coming, and that always plays a. It's kind of like a can you smack me in my face? Uh,
This Venus BS. Can I just like I'm so over it
yeah.
already. I know it literally just started. I'm so over it right now.
Why are you so mad at Venus? What has she done to you? Talk.
Just the whole relationship situation I'm in right now. I hate it. I hate
Oh,
it. I hate
yeah.
it. I hate
Well,
it.
it's
I hate it.
interesting watching Venus go retrograde because it hits people in one or two factors.
Hmm.
Okay.
Retreat.
Well, because Venus holds two
Romantic
worlds.
retreat.
Well, because you know, she's in two different worlds. Everyone
Mhm.
knows her for her love.
Mhm.
Problem, however, is that very few people recognize her for her ability in money and finance.
Yeah, passions, internal passions, what you're passionate about. It's not just romantic love.
Yep.
And I love my job. I love what I do. I
Uh
do. I know I say that to so many people. I know that I do. And people are like, oh, that's nice. I'm like, no, I seriously like I love what I do.
huh.
And I've said that to my mom too. I was like, like people have careers and then there are people who follow their vocation.
Hmm.
And I was like, and there's not enough people who follow their vocation. That's like their hobby, like
Right.
what they were meant to do. And I was like, some people don't understand that. Like, and I'm like, no, your vocation is what you are meant to be. It's who you are. It's taking who you are and making something of it in the real world, making that work for you. And I was like,
Hmm.
and it's really hard for a lot of people to follow their vocation and make something of it. And I was like, I am so ridiculously, stupidly blessed that I've been able to do that for myself. Like, I'm
Right.
so grateful.
Right. And then we have, no one's talking about poor old Pluto. He's been in retrograde since May Day and will be in retrograde to October 10th.
I know.
That's when we open the old power structures and struggles and, look back and go, oh, this is what we get to do. How interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Saturn's in retrograde till November 4th. In Pisces, which makes our taskmaster a little emotional. Relationships are going to be tested as we decide who and what we should invest our energy in.
Yeah. Wow. I'm not investing my energy in anybody other than myself anymore at this point.
Right. The
If I'm
Neptune
not
and
worth your time and energy, even for like 2 seconds a day, then I'm sorry.
Anna, you can ask the psychic question if we're on.
Heck yeah, you can.
Remember your
That's why
birthday.
we're
Let's keep the
here.
fires happy.
We're just chilling and chit chatting.
Yeah, that's what we do.
This show's all about.
Exactly. Me actually getting to talk with you guys because I got to look. Do you know that we haven't had a non-business communication for over a year?
That's ridiculous, Aeson.
I know. Other than our shows.
Other than our shows, right? That's the catch up. Like, hey friend, how's it going? And we'll just like catch up on live in front of like everybody else.
Exactly. Now, what's going to be real fun is Jupiter in retrograde in Taurus. Like Jupiter's coming to sit at your house and throw a bitch fit at your wallet.
I know. Can you make that stop?
No.
Please.
However, it is going to make you little by little.
Nicely.
Honey,
if I ask
if
nicely,
I could move planets backwards, I would make sure retro Mercury never happens.
you'd be like, listen, let's just take Mercury completely out of the solar system and just eliminate that energy completely.
Yes.
Like, can we just we don't even need this. Let's just get rid of this. It's causing too many problems.
It's causing everybody too many problems. Okay.
Right? Like, let's just get rid of the planet entirely, altogether. Like Mars, we can handle the Mars energy. Like everyone gets heated every now and then. It's fine.
Well, see, Mars, I think
Mercury.
colonize.
Hello, Arica. How are you, my darling?
We're doing great. See, Mars, I think we could recolonize easily. We just need to take some of the greenhouse gases on the Earth, transport it to Mars, and put it into the atmosphere to weigh down the atmosphere. This is real easy to do because all we got to do is take cows, put them in a chamber, add 4 tons of nuclear
You sound just like me. You sounded just like me. Like, listen, all we gotta do is take some cows and put them on Mars. And like all of my friends just seriously look at me and they're like, Natalie, you are so dumb. And I'm like, no, it's so easy. Just take the cows and put them on another planet. Like this is how my brain thinks. And it's hilarious. It cracks me up. Like this is my mind.
If we can
This is how
ship
my mind
humans,
works.
according to Elon Musk, we can ship humans. Why can we not ship cows?
If we can bring monkeys into space, we can do it with a cow.
Anna, we need a birthday. Got to keep the lawyers happy.
Yes. Just put your birthday down.
Interesting. I really like this Today article.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm just waiting for a birthday.
Okay, well, I'll talk about it. See if this kind of fits you, because that's how the retrograde is hitting you in Taurus. Little by little, you're learning into the bull you want to be. Don't put pressure on yourself to evolve and transform all at once, because it's not possible.
Yes, Anne. Sorry, your birthday, please.
And of
Thank you,
course,
spirits, angels, ancestors, and guides. All right. Do. Well, you're definitely feeling all in like the emotions. It does look like he might be a little bit on like the conflicted side. Keep an open mind when it comes to this situation. There are definitely romantic feelings here that comes out with that card of romantic feelings, but also with the Knight of Cups as well. The Fool's Journey is to say like this is like you're starting out on this like this path. Okay, so like take it slow. Um, like just take it slow, okay? Any confusion, I feel like that there might be some mixed signals or signals getting crossed or just misinterpreted messages in a way. So make sure that you were like being really clear about what your intention is. But the Ace of Wands here is, I do feel like that there is like desire. There is desire there. The beginning stirrings. And then Ace of Cups comes out next. So yeah, definitely like new emotional feelings, which is good. I like that.
very good.
It's not like we had like the Seven of Swords faced with like the Five of Swords faced with like the Tower card. I'd be like, run, run, run as fast as you can.
It really depends, though. You know, because example, and a lot of people don't get this, that Seven of Swords and that five, well, especially the Seven of Swords in a relationship, stealing a man. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it's in a
Yeah.
complicated situation. I
Yeah.
see it many times pop up, and it's like,
Anytime,
yeah, he's
anytime if I get the Seven of Swords in any relationship reading, I'm like, either you or this other person is fucking around and finding out.
yeah,
Like, which one of you is it? And then it kind of depends on, I mean, I usually can tell um,
yeah.
who it is, but I'm like, if you are having like suspicions of like this person might be stepping out and doing some shady stuff, you would probably be right.
Well, that or there, you are the step out.
Right, exactly. I'm like, or you are the side piece and you don't know it yet.
You know it and don't care because there are those out there.
Yeah.
So yeah. So while we're waiting for Arissa,
Arica, yeah, I know her personally, but Arica, put your birthday down, lovely.
yes,
Just for the legal stuff.
yes, please. Let's make them happy. Thank you.
Arica, did you do a ritual recently in your home? Like start a new ritual or something along those lines? Did you do like some kind of ritual? Something along those lines. Actually, yes, I did. Because it's like I can see like this whole like altar setup and then like kind of reading from like instructions or something along those lines. And it's like you're kind of like going through the steps like, oh my God, did I do that right? Did I do it right? You did, okay? You absolutely did, okay? It looks to me like this little hermit guy that's like in your home, and he's moving on from where he is because I know that you've had a you've had a roommate for far too long in that home. So it looks like that's moving on. Um, I want you to stop worrying about the direction that you're supposed to go. We've got this Two of Swords with the Five of Swords, okay? And I feel like the Five of Swords is like all inner conflict, like it's all in your own self. And you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Like I'm still doing the thing that I think I'm supposed to be doing, but I also feel like I should be doing more, and I don't know what that more is, okay? You're gonna go through like more development, more spiritual development. I even feel like you're gonna go through like this moment of like you're gonna have like another aha moment where you realize like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this whole time and I never actually acknowledged that's what I was doing. And the Chariot card is just kind of confirming that like you're gonna keep going on like a journey of confidence. um yes, hope that makes sense. And it does look like that there is romantic interest there. It just shows that he's might have like a little bit of confusion about what it is that he actually wants as far as what is defined as a relationship. But there is interest there. I did see that in those cards. Arc is like, oh my God, yes. It'll come to you. You'll have like this aha moment. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this entire time and I didn't even know it. Now I can implement this into like my work and my live streams or your business or whatever it is. And then you'll call me and be like, so you remember that thing that you said in that live stream? Because that happens to me a lot. After I give readings, people will message me afterwards. I'll get like that huge like flood of like, oh my God, this is why this made sense. It's fun. I like this.
Or especially when you get validation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Because even on the live, like whenever I do live stream readings, it's like I know that people are like, that's so vague. And I was like, it's not vague to the person that I'm reading because they know exactly what I'm talking about. They know exactly who I'm talking about. They know exactly why I'm saying the things that I'm saying. And it might seem vague to everybody else on the outside, but to that person that I am connecting with, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And I try to censor myself in a way so I'm like not putting out like massive amounts of information or massive amounts of personal details into somebody else's life kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to out everybody, but at the same time, I want everyone to know like I see your situation clearly.
Well, not only that, but you don't want to go about it. And when I say go about it, you don't want to like air out all the dirty laundry on here. And the whole thing about why we do live streams and live stream readings is to let you make a connection, let you see that, maybe get a follow-up question, that type of thing. But it's really, if you want deep in delve readings, you need to be going into like a private session because, we have privacy we have to take care of. We have, things
Right.
we need to be making sure where we are.
Right. Exactly.
You know. Um,
Exactly. And it's like, I mean, live streams, I do use live streams. It's like, it's a demonstration,
right.
really. It's a demonstration of gifts and abilities. It's like mediumship might pop through. I might
Yeah.
do cards, psychic stuff might come through. I never know what I'm going to say before I say it, and typically half the time after I've said it, I've forgotten what I said because that message wasn't meant for me to remember. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, but
And
it's like, it's,
more of the harder side of it is, we don't remember, and we know that it was a very informational reading for you, and all, we love and care for our clients. But when we get to the
oh
basics,
yeah,
you know, we on average get either 10 to 20,000 listens a day. Okay.
yeah,
So we don't want to be airing that out for you guys. If you want like more detail or, dig into it, book a session.
yeah. Yeah, live sessions are just like little small mini readings. They're not like super in depth,
Exactly.
you know.
You know, so there's that. Um,
It's like when I say, I'm like, would you go into a hairdresser's and ask them to give you a trim for free? And they're like, most people are like, well, no. And I'm like, then why do you keep coming to me asking me for free readings? And I was like, because that's essentially what that is. I'm like, I can't just keep giving you snippets over and over and over again so that you get a big picture.
right.
You
And I've
know?
noticed a trend in the networks is, they all start out with like a free time, like Life Reader is 4 minutes, Keen, it's, 10 minutes or whatever, Bitwine, it's all that. But that's so that we aren't wasting the time with making a connection. Or, and, you can clearly get everything kind of laid out and ready to go. But, people in general, when you come to me, you come to Natalie, come to anyone, you're not going to get everything you need out of that little snippet thing. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't work that way.
Right.
Unfortunately.
True. But,
Unfortunately.
we both deal with it. We both deal with it on network. What's your thoughts?
I have many thoughts.
All right.
Um,
Load.
I don't know. I just a lot of it, in my opinion, a lot of it has to do with like the balance, the
Right.
give and take of everything. You know what I mean? It's. Hmm. I just heard like you have to uphold your own sense of well-being as well as upholding the sense of well-being of like the person that's coming to you at the same time.
Right.
Like you have to um don't don't keep giving from empty cups.
Right. Well,
Kind
that's
of
what
mentality.
and that's what psychic self-care is so important.
It
You know.
is. It's like I mean I have like whenever I do take days off, I put on my page like I have to like I'm drained, I'm exhausted. I did like 6 private readings and network yesterday. Like I can't. Like my brain is fried and I can't even think about myself today, so I'm going to do that.
Right.
And it's like I mean I hate doing that, because some people are like, "Oh, I was really hoping to get a session with you today." And I'm like, "Well, even if you did, I probably would not have been on my A game."
Right.
Um, you know.
Yeah. And
Like I
psychic.
need to be on my A game.
Well, and I don't think you should read unless you're on your A game. Like if it's like,
Right.
I'm really not there
If I'm not
today.
if I'm not feeling it, I'm like, nope, I
Yeah.
don't want to. Well, it's not that I don't want to. It's just it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to
Well,
the client for me to just kind of half-ass it. It's just be like, well,
right. And it's gonna sound bad, but hear me out. It's kind of like, a nurse can go to work and have a little bit of a headache or a cold. A doctor often is tired and can go to work. Psychics aren't that way. I mean, you
yeah,
don't want your surgeon who has been up all night studying for his board exam to come do your surgery.
that's so much truth in that. Like, no, thank you. I don't need you sleeping and doing that.
Yeah,
No, thank you.
that
No.
no, no, thank you. You can go back home and go to bed, and we'll reschedule this for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once you've rested.
yes, you know, like, and I don't
Yeah.
think people see us that way.
They just think
You
that
know,
we have like this constant connection constantly all the time, every single day. And it's like, well, we do, but also at the same time,
well,
it takes a
and
lot of work.
it does take a lot of work. It also takes a lot of patience because we've got guides that do not understand human behavior. That's why they're guides to begin with, is because they're studying us and how we handle shit. We've
Hmm.
got clients that don't understand that things are the way they are because that's how they need to be. And it's like, but I don't want it that way. Then you should have wrote it differently.
Right.
You know, if you don't want, if you're done with this man or you want that man, then go after them. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Let them know how you feel. Don't just be
Yeah,
always like, what are they thinking about me? Ask them.
yeah.
Don't always be asking us how do they feel about you every single day. Have you asked them? Do they respond to you? Do they not respond to you? That's usually a sign. You know.
Uh, right. Well, also to realize, especially when it's a newer relationship, that
Yeah.
that person has a life. They're not going to sit there and do nothing.
And sit there and wait for you to inbox them.
Inbox
But
them,
at the same
acknowledge.
time, it also takes 3 seconds to write back somebody and say, not interested, I'm busy, not right now, or hi, how are you? How's your day? Takes
Exactly.
2 seconds. Takes 2 seconds to do that. To just
Right.
communicate. Communication is so important. And even if you say I'm really bad at communication, literally make an effort. Guys, it's really not hard. Just take 2 seconds, just be like, I'm sorry, I'm not in a great place right now.
Well, but see, and then on the male species, especially the male species, we have these, they have been programmed from early childhood that, you have to meet a certain value of communication. You have
Right.
to, you know, have time to actually, you should focus and answer the questions correctly. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. So men
Yeah.
do not want to, They've been trained, answer me, give me, respond quickly to women. And I think that does a detriment. And this is what I mean. Because if you have a man that highly respects you, he's not just going to send a hi and then not reply back. And then reply 3 days later, hi, sorry, I've been at work all week. Yeah, that sounds great. Why? Because he's not giving you the value.
Yeah.
How many memes are out there about meetings that should be emails?
Yeah. Oh my God. Like you could have sent this in a damn text.
Exactly. Okay. So
you could have communicated that in 2 seconds instead of dragging this out.
Right. But then you have the other, situation where men have been conditioned that way. So they already don't want to look like a joke, because I'm sorry, every man that I've looked at in probably the past 10 years still feel like little teenagers trying to talk to women. I don't know why. Women are easy to talk to. You just have to be very frank.
Yes, we are. We're seriously so easy. I mean, I'm easy to talk to. I can't speak on behalf of like everybody else, but I'm so easy to talk to.
Right. And then, if they're moving along, for a man to say, I've got to really evaluate if I'm able to have a relationship right now. Oh my God. Like, I've seen women, come to me and their man has said this, instead of going, thank God, he doesn't want to waste my time or his time. He wants to make sure he's ready for this. They freak out and, go after him because, oh my God, you just spoke English. And real emotions there.
Yeah.
But they don't want them, but at the other side of this, and, Brene Brown says it best, if a man's struggling with something, he ain't going to talk to you. He's going to shut up. He's going to go in the corner. He's going to handle it. Especially straight cis men. They are like pre-programmed to shut up, deal with your problem. The woman does not want to hear you complain.
But there's a piece of me that's just like, you need to, because you're holding it all inside and it's going to give you a heart attack. So talk.
Yeah.
Just tell us what is going on.
Right. So you've got that double-edged sword there almost. You got women waiting around for men to talk. You got men thinking they don't want to hear what I have to say because they're happy, joy. And then we got, the middle collapses of all this, which can get quite intense and quite problematic, is when the woman is like, I'm ready to get married today, tomorrow, Thursday. And the dude's like, I don't know if I can support you. And the woman's like, what the hell are you talking about? I make my own money. I don't need your money. Doesn't matter. The man has been programmed to be the provider.
Yeah.
And this is all that old programming we got sitting around like suitcases.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I'm like so many people vent to me all the time. Like, I don't even care. I'm like, vent away. I will hear it all.
Right.
All of it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I have my moments where I'm like, I call my friends and I'm like, oh my God, if I don't say something, I'm going to scream. Like, I need to vent. It's like I have my people that I go to, because it's it's awkward for even psychics to find someone to vent to, because we vent about some weird shit sometimes.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, we don't live normal lives.
Well, we don't live normal lives. We don't live with normal situations, but on the same side of that. It's like psychics. We have to go to other psychics that can see psychics, because otherwise it'll be like, you're fucking schizophrenic. What the hell are we,
Yeah,
what are you
100%.
like, this Tuesday.
100%. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why, there are some master psychics that, there are a lot of psychics that will not see other psychics. Will not. Nope. I will not read for you. You're a psychic. We're not going there. And it's because they can't go with the energy flow. And then separating what's the client's life versus what's the psychic's life.
Because we're all connected on that same radio frequency, and you're like, is this me? Is this them? I have like 3, maybe 4 intuitives that I trust.
Mm-hmm.
That I trust with my personal information, with my personal circumstances that I trust what they see. And I'm like,
Hmm.
am I overthinking this? Am I putting myself too much in this situation? Like, can you give me an outsider's perspective? Because I feel like I'm getting too emotionally involved in this, or I'm like thinking too emotionally about this situation, and I feel like I'm projecting. So, like, can you just give me a blank canvas to look at? And then most of the time I'm like, okay, so I wasn't overthinking. Okay, perfect. That's all I needed. Or like, well, okay, yeah, I guess I can see where I overthought on that a bit. Cool deal. Thanks for
Right.
clearing
Or
that up.
took
You
ownership
know?
of that, and that really wasn't mine to take ownership with. Got it.
Right, exactly. And sometimes it is that because it's like, the situation is so similar to mine and I feel like I'm putting myself a little bit too much into this. So like,
Hmm.
sometimes, it's like going to the doctor to get a second opinion.
Right. When you don't really need to see the doctor, but that's why doctors should not see doctors. Meaning,
Right.
you're not the doctor. You don't get to write your own prescription.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So that's the fun of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
usually I'll just say bitching.
yep.
Like literally, I just need to scream for a second. Ah!
Yeah, and that's soundly important. Like like in Israel, they have bomb shelters built into their homes, like spare closets. I think that could be really fucking handy. You can go in there, shut the door, yell at the top of your lungs. Your neighbors don't hear you, and call the cops because they think you're murdering somebody. I think it could be really useful.
I've been saying for a few weeks now, I'm like, I really need to go to a rage room. Like, I really need to go to a rage room.
Well, we need you to come down here because there's an axe throwing place that I want to go to with you.
That would be fun. I've done axe throwing before. I used to do archery, and that was really fun. I did like archery.
Yeah, I like archery.
Don't know if I'd be any good at it anymore, but
Oh, I
I did
think
like
you'd be
archery.
perfectly fine with it now. You know, it's just getting into it.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
have to practice on aim because I'd probably be terrible at that. But I did like archery. I did find that to be fun.
yeah. But no, you need to come down. We'll go to the Rage Center. We'll go hiking. I'll take you up in the backwoods where you can just tear the hell out of stuff.
You know,
You know,
we'll go full destruction mode. It'll be fun.
yeah. Too
We'll
wild.
make some TikToks. You know,
We'll make some TikToks. We'll make some content. You know,
like this is the life of a psychic, and just us going absolutely shape shit in the rage room,
right.
throwing weapons. I feel like this is what you all bring us to.
Yeah. This is what happens when you come see us, leave your man problems with us, and we're like, just fucking sit down, leave him alone. He'll be back when he gets his shit together.
Right.
Like,
But would
go
you
do
please get your shit together? Would you please just get your shit together?
yes. Get out. It ain't that complicated.
Well, I'm getting new shocks put on my car this weekend, hopefully.
Cool.
So that will at least alleviate some of my issues, I think. I hope. Who knows?
Okay.
We'll see. I'll have to get an alignment done after that, but
All right.
it was cheaper than me taking it into a shop and then having them buy the shocks and struts and then getting them put
Right.
on. So
And that's always handy.
it is, if I can save myself $500 here or there, I'm gonna.
Right. And balance
I'm
it.
gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I had wanted to go. We were looking at. We were looking at different places to go, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going here. It looks fun. It's actually illegal to read there, so I can't work. This will be great.
This will be great. This will be fine.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's fine. It's
Okay.
good.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up.
Okay. So it was fun hanging out with everyone tonight. Thanks for joining us
Yes, and talking.
and rambling on all about life.
Well, that's what this show's about, is you guys get a perspective of what it's like to have coffee with us.
It
So,
is.
all the networks, and you're on Bit One, Purple Ocean, Private Attack.
Yeah, and my own personal. Visit me at www.thependulumspath.com. Book a reading with me. Click services, or visit my shop and get a crystal or an oil roller or something.
Yes,
I got all kinds of stuff in there.
you do. You do. Until
All
then,
kinds of stuff.
we'll see you later.
Bye, guys.